I watched The Social Network in 2020 during the pandemic, and it was one of the greatest films I have ever seen. There are many things that make The Social Network great, okay? The story is inherently interesting. The music is amazing. It's by Trent Reznor, which I had no idea at the time. And then I found out later, and I was like, oh my God, it's so obvious. The acting is incredible. And the way the film is shot, the way the scenes are structured, the way the narrative is told, just amazing. And this scene right here that we're going to react to and analyze off of the film is very popular with a lot of people who love the film. Okay, I am not unique here. In fact, the video that we're going to see, the title of the video is the best scene from The Social Network. So thank you to the user who uploaded the scene. So I'm definitely not the only one here, but of course I am a person, so I will have my unique thoughts on the film and the scene. So here we go. We're going to react to and analyze one of the greatest scenes from The Social Network, if not the best scene. In fact, I might do a follow-up video to this because there's another scene that I love that very much shows the strengths of this film. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at this one.
In late November, I got the email from Mark telling me to come out for the millionth member party.
What else did the email say?
It said that we had to have a business meeting. That Mark and Sean had played some kind of revenge stunt on Case Equity. And that Manningham was so impressed that he was now making an investment offer that was hard to turn down. So I went to California, and I went straight to the new offices. I didn't know whether to dress for the party or for the business meeting, so I kind of dressed for both. But it didn't matter.
Why not?
Because I wasn't called out there for either one.
What were you called out there for?
An ambush.
Mr. Saber, hey, over here.
Good. First I thought he was joking, giving me more contracts to sign. But then I started reading. What is this?
Well, as you know, we had some new investors that have come
What
in.
is this?
Mr. Saber.
Mark! Mark!
He's wired in.
Sorry?
He's wired in.
Is he?
Yes.
About now, you're still wired in?
Full security.
You issued 24 million new shares of stock.
You were told that if new investors
How
came
much
along...
were your shares diluted? How much were his?
What was Mr. Zuckerberg's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Mr. Moskowitz's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Sean Parker's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Peter Thiel's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
And what was your ownership share diluted down to?
0.03%.
You signed the papers. You set me up. You're gonna blame me because you were the business head of the company and you made a bad business deal with your own company?
It's gonna be like I'm not a part of Facebook.
It won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
My name's on the masthead.
You might want to check again.
It's because I froze the account?
You think we were gonna let you parade around in your ridiculous suits pretending you were running this company?
Sorry! My Prada's at the cleaners! Along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip-flops, you pretentious douchebag!
Security's here. You'll be leaving now?
I'm not signing those papers.
We will get the signature.
Tell me this isn't about me getting into the Phoenix. You did it. I knew you did it. You planted that story about the chicken.
I didn't plant the story about the chicken.
What's he talking
You
about?
had me accused of animal cruelty.
Seriously, what the hell's the chicken?
And I'll bet what you hated the most is that they identified me as a co-founder of Facebook, which I am. You better lawyer up, asshole, because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
Get him out of here.
It's okay, I will. Hang on.
Almost forgot. Here's your $19,000. I wouldn't cash it, though. I drew it on the account you froze.
I like sitting next to you, Sean. It makes me look so tough.
Fuck, my God. Jesus Christ. Doesn't matter how many times you watch this scene, it just gets you, man. Oh, God. I write notes now when I watch some of these scenes or when I listen to music, just so I don't let my thoughts ramble on and I don't waste your time. And I wasn't able to write all the notes that I wanted to because I'm so plugged in. I get it.
How about now? You still wired in?
Okay, first things first, this is so funny. I love Andrew Garfield. He's one of my favorite actors like ever. Same thing with Jesse Eisenberg, and Justin Timberlake does a great job here. But Andrew Garfield, it's funny. So he is, is he Irish or something? Like, let me see. He's an English and American actor, but when you hear him speak, he's English, okay?
What is Andrew Garfield's accent? This one. It's an English one. I was born in Los Angeles, but I was raised in England.
And his accent usually doesn't come out, like in film, that I've noticed anyway. But here, I noticed it just once. And it's when he says, like, case equity. Like, the way he says it is just hilarious because it's not the way someone would say it, would say equity, but like.
That Mark and Sean had played some kind of revenge stunt on case equity.
And then revenge stunt. I think that's the way that you would usually say, but revenge stunt on case equity. It's like he has like a rhythm to it. It's like he's struggling to not let his Londonness get to him.
It's an English one.
But other than that, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I can do an English accent to the T on cue, with dialogue on camera, like everything, I'm not, I know. But I think it is kind of hilarious. But other than that, the guy's pretty good. The guy's not pretty good. He's really good. But in my head, it does bother me a little bit. And like, did they catch this? Or they must have caught it and they can't redo it. You know what I mean? Like, or they just missed it. So yeah, it goes to show you that even masterpieces like this, there are mistakes. But maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you out there pronounce it case equity. I'm not sure, but yeah. But moving on, I love the way that this movie in general tells its story. We go back and forth from the deposition or whatever's going on here with the lawyers, and then we go into the past events, and we just go back and forth. And I think it's a brilliant way of telling the story because there's constant tension at all times, whether you're getting it in the meeting with all the lawyers or you're getting it through the past events. And you're getting sort of the best of both worlds. But it really keeps the audience on their toes at all times. They have to pay attention. It keeps you engaged. And we gotta do this. We gotta go into Andrew Garfield's acting. It is just incredible. Even from the very beginning when he meets with the lawyer, when he goes to Facebook's headquarters and he meets with the lawyer, and he's reading the contract, he's already tearing up. You already see it. And I don't know about you, but read a contract and, kind of get into character and try to, just start tearing up. I mean, that's difficult, but this guy can do it, and I mean, it's not crazy difficult. He's reading a contract with a company that he co-founded and he's basically diluted to nothing. And so then, he gets emotional, not only because of the business aspect of it, but because, I guess this is the beginning of the relationship between him and his best friend, Mark, just absolutely deteriorating. So, that must hurt. But Andrew does a great job from the very beginning. This isn't even the climax of the scene, and he's already giving it his all. And I just love his face. He's just very handsome. But my God, if my girlfriend decided to go with Andrew Garfield, I'd be like, please, girl, you go. And then we gotta talk about the music. It would be an understatement to say that music and film in general doesn't do anything to a film. It is almost as important as the dialogue, as the way it's shot, okay? if not really as important. It's just incredible. Like, this film without the music would not be what it is. It's just a fact. Trent Reznor has this recurring melody throughout the entire film, and it's amazing. Ba ba da, ba ba da.
It's gonna be like I'm not a part of Facebook.
It won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
My name's on the masthead.
You might want to check again.
It's because I froze the account?
You think we were gonna let you parade around in your ridiculous suits pretending you were running?
What is that? Like, what is that? Seriously, I don't know what that is, but it's unsettling, you know. And it almost sounds like a chime or like a jingle for like a business, or like you're in an elevator and it's supposed to kind of like be nice and chill, you know. But there's something unsettling about it. I guess it's why elevator music can be very creepy. And it's exactly why horror movies love to use like kind of happy-go-lucky songs in a way that then transform into horror, because that melody sounds very happy-go-lucky, and it sounds like, you know, you're the typical Caucasian guy, you know, outside of his home whistling, you know, walking his dog. But there's a certain anxious aspect to it. And I noticed that in this scene, the melody kind of slightly changes a bit. Da 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 da.
You signed the papers. You set me up. You're gonna blame me.
Yeah, it kind of goes higher a little bit usually, instead of it going just ba da. You know, it's that slight change there that just, it makes it even more unsettling.
You think we were gonna let you parade around in your ridiculous suits pretending you were running?
You signed the papers. You set me up. You're gonna blame me because you were the...
And really, it's sort of the violins just kind of going, just that bees sound, you know, that buzzing noise. And it's just playing throughout this entire, like, climactic sequence. It's genius.
Sorry, my Prada's at the cleaners, along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip-flops, you pretentious douchebag.
Sorry, my Prada's at the cleaners, along with my fuck you flip-flops. Oh my God, brilliant. Okay, we got to talk about the dialogue now, because there's two things here. So Aaron Sorkin, fantastic writer, by the way. But throughout this entire film, he loves like just throwing a bunch of shit at you, you know, and it's really like you have to catch up with this shit. Like you have to be really attentive. And at the same time, to me, it's very akin to hackers, you know, or like people who are really good at technical stuff. You know, if you look at fucking computers, the computers that they're working on, it's just fucking words and words and words and constant words and code and all this stuff that is just absolutely difficult to comprehend for any normal person. And in a way, it's like Mark. It's like who he is. And even Eduardo, he's very good at math. And in many ways, math is another language. Code is another language. Software engineers, developers. And so the dialogue is very much like this. And one example of this is the chicken, which is used for comedic relief in the dialogue, even though, which the fact that the scene is able to maintain its intensity while taking a pause with something funny like, what's the chicken? You know, from Justin Timberlake. Like, it's incredible. It goes to show you how powerful and how well the dialogue is written, how the scene is shot and everything.
You did it. I knew you did it. You planted that story about the chicken. I didn't plant the story about the chicken.
What's he talking
You
about?
had me accused of animal cruelty.
Seriously, what the hell's the chicken?
But it's also, again, it's like fucking anxiety, man. You know, you're having this really intense thing and then, there's this little sidetrack and then we go back into the thing. You know, it goes in with that, the metaphor that I was saying, how the dialogue is very much like computer code. It's just, you know, you almost have to have an elevated sense of understanding, you know, to understand everything that's going on. And in a way, Sean is like us, you know, because we're there and we're like, wait, what was that? You know what I mean? Like, which... at the beginning, the very first scene of the film, when Jesse Eisenberg's character, Mark Zuckerberg, he breaks up with his girlfriend, that scene is oh my God, that's like a marathon of dialogue. And I have to put it into subtitles to understand really everything that's going on. And sometimes I would have to stop the film and be like, okay, what was that? You know, and then I have to keep on, you know, watching So really, the fact that Sorkin was able to get the dialogue of The Social Network to very much mimic what, you know, computer code is, you know what I mean? Like, it's just da, 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 you know, constant information thrown at you at all times. And it's complicated information. The fact that he's able to illustrate that through the dialogue of The Social Network makes perfect sense, given that it's a fucking movie about the creation of Facebook. Kind of back to the music, actually, a little bit, along with the way that the actors here perform, which Jesse Eisenberg is a completely underrated actor, okay? Most definitely. Just his face says so much. And you can tell that Mark, there is something in him that is hurting. When Eduardo comes to him mad, he is hurt. Mark knows exactly what he did. And he still went along with it, of course, because he is Mark Zuckerberg and he was selfish, at least here in the context of the film. But you can tell that Eduardo was his friend and he loves him in his face. You know, you could tell. And my God, Jesse Eisenberg completely killed it. And I love when the music and the dialogue completely are married together when Eduardo says, you know, you better lawyer up, asshole, because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything. The fact that the camera focuses on Andrew and then it goes to Jesse, but then the music, when Eduardo just kind of backs off Andrew Garfield's character, like the music just kind of has this like sound to it. It's almost like the music was so, you know, it was kind of like elevated and it was tense and it was reaching this climax and then it just released in a way. Like, ta-da. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing.
Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
And then I love just kind of like really just like gruff synth bass, just super pitched down. When Sean Parker gives the check to Eduardo, and that, you know, he kind of takes a jab at him, and it was fake, and he faked him out, and just that synth bass there. Ooh, it's so good. It's so Nine Inch Nails for sure, but it's ominous. It's unsettling. I love it. It really goes along with the dialogue of the film. You know, it's like Eduardo now has turned into a completely different character. He is done. He is out for revenge now. He's got the red eyes. He's a demon now. You know what I mean? He's out to fucking get you. And the music definitely illustrates that. But those were my thoughts on the best scene in The Social Network, or at least one of the best scenes, because again, I might do another video on this film talking about that beginning scene with Jesse Eisenberg and Rooney Mara. Because just a masterful scene. And I love this film very much. But let me know what you think of this scene. Do you love it? Have you watched this film? If not, why the hell have you not seen it? Let me know in the comment section if you agree, if you disagree. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you have a Facebook account. Only if you have a Facebook account. So that means that, you know, a lot of people my age are not engaging with Facebook anymore. But subscribe anyways, whatever. And share with your, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg hating or loving friends, if you will. You all take care, stay safe, and until next time, I love you. I got the best tan fucking skin ever. Gotta love it. I look like fucking the crab, the lobster from SpongeBob. The lifeguard. Whatever, as long as I look good. Got this fucking bright spot on my fucking whatever. Forehead!